Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Monday Coffee with Jexo, where we go through the latest news and updates from across the Atlassian ecosystem. I'm Nikki, and I have a Biro here with me. We are the founders of Jexo, Atlassian marketplace partner that makes apps for work management, from prioritization and planning to risk management. You can find more about what we do on our website, jexo.io. It's so great to be back from holidays. I can't wait to jump to the news with you. Well, Biro, what you were doing last week without me? Was it all okay?
Yeah, I survived. I was doing this. Yeah, I was doing this from the patio outside. It was quite nice. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm so FOMO. I need to check that video to see what's going on. I was checking the community today, and I was like, oh my god, so many updates. I need to also check the last week. So I'm just gonna watch Monday Coffee. That's my.
It's fine. I can deal without you. You can go on more holidays.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, so let's start with the first news, and it's a deprecation update that was posted on the community last week. So if you were among the ones who noticed this announcement about the deprecation of Google Sheet integration for Jira Cloud and were a bit disappointed about the decision, I have a really good news for you. The plugin is not going anywhere. The Atlassian team decided to keep the plugin that allows integration between Jira Cloud and Google Sheet after receiving much valuable feedback from the community. There is over 120 comments that helped change the direction and saved the plugin, which shows that Atlassian team can take a quick action and listens to the feedback on the community. So if you ever had any thoughts on the updates and you have a feedback to the Atlassian products, do share them with the community because it's worth it.
Yeah, do that, because as you can see, their internal insights are not as accurate as you would think, given that they decided to let it go because of less usage, but you made your voice heard, which is great. So yeah, these decisions have a revert button, to put it like that.
Definitely.
So last week, Appfire published a post and a video introducing Appfire Town. This initiative is Appfire's corporate social responsibility program with the goal to generate opportunities for social impact. But why are we at Monday Coffee talking about this? After all, we usually talk about broader ecosystem impact initiatives. Well, Appfire Town is not about what one company can achieve on its own, but the program extends to the entire Atlassian ecosystem and beyond. So from the sound of it and listening to Fabian Lopez, community leader, speak about it, anyone outside Appfire can be part of it. Anyone who wants to make an impact and or is passionate about a cause can become a member of the program, or as Appfire puts it, a neighbor in the town. The way this works is not by Appfire triggering the initiatives. Their role is to support those who want to put in the time and effort towards a certain cause. And the way Fabian and the team supports folk eager to make a difference is to providing the tools for you to succeed, be it financial support, supplies and resources, or even guidance and encouragement. Appfire Town has been already supporting a list of initiatives like, for example, providing supplies and transport for families in Ukraine, helping an organization that supports wounded and disabled veterans, supporting autism therapy initiatives, organizing a global blood drive campaign, and many more. So if you have a cause that's dear and near to you, read this article explaining the program in detail, then reach out to Fabian to set things in motion. Also, just to mention, you don't need to have a cause. If you're simply eager to help with some of the existing campaigns, still do reach out. And I'm sure there's an infinite ways Fabian and the Appfire Town team can benefit from your support.
Interesting. I will definitely read a little bit more about this. It sounds like really kind of like good initiative to have. So definitely good to check it out. Well, now let's have a look at the updates to the Atlassian products. Last week, their theme was all about Jira permissions, so Jira admins should definitely listen. There were 2 change announcements, so let's have a closer look at them. The first is related to restrictions to what roles you can assign to your project level permissions. You won't be able to add current assignee, reporter, user custom field value, and group custom field value to your project permissions anymore. Assigning these roles was a bit tricky because it, for example, allowed you to give administer project access to reporters, which would open up the project to users you might not really expect. So check your project permission setup and see if you are using any of the mentioned roles, and if you do, check out the community post to see the full details about this change. And the second update is much larger one. The project browse permission is going to be deprecated and replaced with two new permissions, which are view project and view issues. The issue with the browse project permission was that it allowed you to do both, see the project and see the issues from the project at the same time, but many of us had the need to, for example, only allow us to see the projects without the ability to see the issues inside. And with these two new permissions, you can do exactly that. So the view projects permission is a project level permission that allows you to view projects in Jira. So for example, you will be able to find projects in all the dropdowns across Jira, like for example in JQL, and on your projects page in Jira. And on the other hand, view issues permission is issue level permission for viewing the issues within the project. So this is really big change. I really recommend to all admins to read this announcement and ask any questions to get clarification from the Atlassian team. This also affects Atlassian Marketplace partners. If your app is using browse project permissions, which it probably does, have a look at this post to see what changes you need to apply to your apps.
It sounds like a very significant change, but
It is.
I don't know, granularity in permission scheme is always a welcome change to me. Right, now let's see what events are happening this week in the ecosystem, and we'll look at Atlassian Organized first. Tomorrow, catch a webinar about finding the right business strategy for you. And then Thursday, we have the third and final week of the Lightning Talk series about the marketplace. This week, the deep dive is on business apps and also DevOps apps available on the marketplace. As for partner organized events, the 25th, this Thursday, is packed with App Talks, an event organized by XApps, Binary, Zyber Media, and Yasun about setting up Confluence Cloud for better content management. There's also a webinar from Hertzum about the newly released products Compass and Atlas. Or if you want to learn about JSM, Expium got you covered. There's also plenty happening this week in the community organized events with meetups every day, but have a look and find the right events for you. Navigate to Goosely. And speaking of events, not necessarily one this week, but one happening at the end of September. Okay, so for this next session, I gotta bring in the top crew all the way from Trundle. Thanks for joining me, Sajid and Patrick.
Hello, hello. Hey, guys.
Now, most of you watching and following Jexo for a while will know we're backing a brilliant event happening in September called JiraCon. We've been there as the main sponsors last year and back again helping the team at Trundle spread the word. Why? Because we're big fans of Jira and we want you to take advantage of the best knowledge out there about the tool available. So cue JiraCon, and that's why I have these good-looking gents here with me today. So do you want to share a few words?
Share a few words about JiraCon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about how good-looking you are, then you can do that.
Oh, we know. Sajid knows I don't do that. It's just exciting to talk with you, Biro, and be part of this podcast here. So, yeah, JiraCon, alluding to what you were mentioning about really all the possibilities within the Atlassian platform. 2 years ago, Sajid and I were talking, and Sajid said, why don't we run a conference? There's so much out there. There's so many possibilities, and that's what really this is all about. And marrying that to Atlassian's like pro community focus, you know, we were just thinking, oh gosh, think of Comic-Con. Think of the people who come in, whether they want to talk about Marvel Studios or they're doing cosplay dressed up as some obscure comic book character. There's passion that they bring to the community and the event. And so using that as kind of a metaphor or inspiration into the Atlassian world, knowing from our customers, everybody's a snowflake in a positive sense. Everybody's unique, right? Every use case is unique. And so there's not a limit on what you can talk about. And the size of the community, the development community, there's not really a limit to what they can say as well. And so we know that we're all pulling on the same rope here, being part of the Atlassian world to help people collaborate in a better way and more innovative ways and to deal with change. So yeah, we 2 years ago said let's try this little experiment and run a virtual conference. Last year was great. We had about 450 folks join, targeting 600 to 900 this year. Really excited about the sponsors, Jexo being one of the presenting sponsors and a big part of it. But we have also a lot of other great sponsors from the development community. And the exciting part is there's more engagement with Atlassian and more influencers too. So I know Sajid's been talking about a couple of the sessions internally here. Sajid, you want to share some of the ones that are coming up at JiraCon?
Yeah.
And by the way, everybody, I will say July 29th is when it is. We'll reiterate at the end. Sorry, Sajid, go ahead, man.
No problem, Patrick. Yeah, thank you, everybody. First of all, thank you, Biro, for inviting us to Monday Coffee. Big fans ourselves. And to just add on to what Patrick was mentioning, there are some really amazing sessions that I'm looking forward to myself. The agenda is out live on the website. You can go and check it out on JiraCon.trundle.com, and we'll give those kind of assets. You'll find all those things already floating around on LinkedIn. Coming back to the sessions, there's some amazing sessions happening. There's Coming to Jira from Trello by Brittany. There's Automation Extravaganza by Ed. There's App Development for Marketplace using Forge by Sarika Najed. And there's Agile Doesn't Mean Risky by Nikki herself. So we are really looking forward to these sessions, and there are some amazing things happening during those 2 days. As Patrick mentioned, I mean, the whole idea is to have a platform where people, regardless of where their location is, they'll be able to come together, be it APAC, be it US, and just come together and have fun and meet people and emulate a physical conference to as much as we can to a virtual model.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm excited as well. I'm excited about our talks. I haven't yet seen, to be honest. I need to go to the website and see the agenda. It's nice that it's published already. So, we're looking forward to see what other talks are going to be there. Cool. Is there anything else that you want to share about the event?
Just one thing. I think Patrick said July 29th. It's September 29th. Just clarifying it out there.
Well, I haven't had my coffee, right? September 29th and 30th. Sorry. And if anybody's looking for discounts on passes, we know a lot of the sponsors have been socializing some discount codes. The passes are already not expensive, guys. So just there's $10 off floating around from like LinkedIn posts and things like that from the sponsors. So go seek them out. Go take advantage of those. So North America is September 29th. And APAC, Asia Pacific, is on September 30th.
Yeah, definitely take advantage of the passes. We'll put our discount codes and stuff in there in this description. So if you're one of our listeners or watchers, you'll get to take advantage of that. Now, again, there's a lot of content. There's a lot of learning available on the platform on the date that Patrick mentioned. So I think JiraCon is going to be brilliant. It was really great start last year. I think this year is going to be bigger and better, and that's why we're excited to basically join you guys for the second year. Well, thanks a lot for joining me both. You heard it here, folk. Head on to JiraCon website, link in the description. The lineup is brilliant. I'll be there with a talk, Nikki as well. There's also a booth, virtual booth, where you can come in and talk to us. You don't want to miss this event. So go ahead. Well, thank you guys, and then we'll chat around. We'll see you around.
Cheers. Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
Biro.
So excited to hear a little bit more about JiraCon. Definitely do join the event, it's really worth it. But before we wrap up the event section, I got some exciting news for everyone in the US or traveling to the US in September. A new in-person Atlassian organized event is here. Exciting. Woohoo! So the new event is called Work Life and is focusing on the evolution of teamwork, collaboration, and getting things done. The event is happening on 29th of September in San Francisco, and it's free to attend. And if you can't attend in person, you can always join online. So do have a look at the event landing page to find speakers and the sessions and register.
That's pretty cool. The more events we have, the merrier, to put it like that.
Indeed.
Right, so now for the article of the week. This week we have a write-up for the developers in our audience. I found this neat article on the developer blog talking about the latest features launched to Forge Custom UI Bridge. First, what is Custom UI Bridge? Well, first, Custom UI is the flexible way to build applications using the Forge app. The other method is using Forge UI Kit, which, although considered more secure, restricts your capabilities to existing components and functions created by the Forge team. Now, Custom UI Bridge is a JavaScript API that allows you to integrate your custom UI app with Atlassian product APIs, backend services, and front-end native components. Looks like the Forge team has been hard at work and launched a few extra integrations, like introducing the Events API, which allows various functions in your app to talk to each other by emitting and receiving events. For example, you can have two dashboard modules that listen to each other's updates and reflects the change. You also now get native alert flags to enable you to notify the user when they take action in your app. And speaking of visual features, the modals, you can now have them bigger, occupying almost the entirety of the screen to help you have all that UI goodness you need in these modals. And there's a couple more, but I'll let you go through it if you wish so. Another important piece of update here is that these changes will make it through to Forge UI Kit as well. And it does seem that the team is making some important upgrades there as well, with announcements planned in the next few quarters. So yeah, Forge is progressing fast. Make sure you stay on top of these upgrades if you're a marketplace partner developing apps, because Forge is, as we know, the future of how you build. I often remind our team to make sure they get notified by any news on Forge, and they basically know it inside out.
And it's actually not only good for the marketplace partners, but also for everyone who is building on Forge, because I can imagine there are also clients or solution partners using already Forge to build small apps. Well,
True.
That's about it for the news about Atlassian this week. I hope that you did enjoy Monday Coffee with Jexo, whether you're watching us live or recorded later. And just a reminder, all the links for all the topics that we discussed today are in the description, so don't forget to check them out. Have a great week, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for the next week's updates.
Yes, subscribe. Bye.
Subscribe, bye.